Excuse me, I need to do one more thing. Okay, I'd like to hear the whole story from when you hired on to the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, fine, yeah. Well, my name is Herb Weatherwax. I was drafted into the Army 6 months before the attack on Pearl Harbor. Took my basic training in Schofield Barracks, and then was assigned to the infantry unit. That was a National Guard unit in Hawaii here. Just about 10 days before the bombing of Pearl Harbor, we were alerted to get out. The Army was alerted to get out, we get their positions all prepared for an invasion by sea. We didn't quite understand what the reason for that was, but we went ahead and did that, and we got our positions all secured, and we thought that we were all set to protect our coast from any invasion force. That weekend, I was let out on weekend pass, so I was at home early that morning when I heard a very loud explosion. I looked in the direction of that explosion and the sound, and I saw the sky just as black as can be. And then I turned the radio on to check up and see what was going on, and they announced over the radio for all military personnel to report to your station, which I did. I got the bus, and as I passed by, I had to pass by Pearl Harbor to get to Schofield Barracks. And when I was just inside of the Pearl Harbor area, I was so shocked to see the Arizona engulfing flames. All the other battleships were burning, and one of them, the Oklahoma, had been torpedoed, she killed over, and I saw men scrambling on the hull of the ship to get away from the ocean, and I couldn't see any plane at the time because the sky was black with smoke. And what I did, our bus kept on going. I passed by the Wheeler Field, which had all our airplanes, our fighter planes were out in the runways at Wheeler Field, and there I saw our planes all destroyed right on the ground. Then we realized that the Japanese had really come out to destroy our Navy and our Air Force, which they did. I got into my base, and then we waited for the troops to come in, and then we had to travel all the way around the island to the other side of Hawaii, where we had a naval air station. And there I saw the destruction of that naval air station. All the Navy ship planes, BBYs were all destroyed on the ground. And that was another shock. I was shocked for 3 different bases. And there we waited for the Japanese follow up with an invasion. But they didn't follow up. You just have to step a little over here and let the people get by. And I was in the state of, we waited for them to follow up with an invasion, which we were expecting, but they didn't do that. And that is what saved Hawaii. And it's a good thing that they didn't follow up with an invasion, because had they followed up with an invasion, they would have taken Hawaii. If they had taken Hawaii, they would have assembled all the troops here, and they would have invaded the California coast. That would have happened. Well, you know that the admiral later came back 7 months afterwards, and they came with the troops troop ship. They came over to Midway Island. And there, our carriers who were not in port when they attacked Pearl Harbor, met them out there, and our planes sunk 4 of their aircraft carriers, and the Japanese decided that they weren't going to come to Hawaii. They turned around and left and went back to Japan. And after that, they were on the defense after that. And we were on offense, and it was just a matter of 3.5 years. Our troops went all the way down and attacked them over in Japan. I left Hawaii after about a couple of years here. I left as an aviation cadet. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. And when I got to the mainland, after my leave time, I reported to the station. And there I found that I was transferred to the infantry. And I took a basic training in Mississippi with the 6th and 9th Infantry Division. And then we left and headed for Europe. We were in England for a short period of time, and then we went across. That was after the D-Day invasion. We got into France and then Belgium, and that was where the Battle of the Bulge taken place. And we were the troops that went in to relieve the troops that were caught in the Battle of the Bulge. And then we linked up with General Patton and we headed into Germany. And we moved all the way through Germany until we linked up with the Russians. And when we linked up with the Russians, shortly after that, the war in Europe ended. And then we had rumors that we were going to be sent to the Pacific to fight the Japanese. But we waited in Germany, and then we got word that President Truman had permitted the atomic bomb to be used in Japan. And then we heard that the first atomic bomb was dropped in Hiroshima, and the Japanese didn't give up. So they required a second bomb over in Nagasaki, and that was the one that the emperor decided that the war they should stop. And that's when the war ended in Europe. And then I remained in Germany for 6 months, and then I returned back to Hawaii on my discharge, and that was the end of my military career. Of course, I took advantage of the GI Bill. I went to school, and I learned a trade, and I followed up on a trade, and that was what I used to raise a family with. And here I am now, 93 years old. I come to the Arizona Memorial to sign autographs and tell the people about, talk to the people, or have my brochure that I use to let the people know about the World War. As I say, I'm 93 years old, and I'm certainly happy to be able to be here to do what I'm doing, because it's extended my life. I hope to live to be 100 years old. God willing, I'm prepared to do that. Amen. That's all I have to say there.
Thank you very much.
I hope you got all that story there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're still a handsome 93.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Now all the girls come over and want to have a picture taken with me, which I don't object to. I'm happy to be able to do that, yeah. Oh, thank you. Here you are, sir.